Good morning, everybody. How you doing? You guys are going to want to share this one. You guys are all going to want to share this one, all right? Good morning, Jennifer Mills. How are you? Hello, guys. It's time to fill you guys all in on some stuff. Notice I've been kind of silent the last few days. I'm going to make an announcement today of some things that I have learned over the last 2 weeks. You guys all need to know about. Good morning, Deb. How are you? Good morning, Troy. How are you? You guys are going to want to share this because I'm not going to get into this again. I'm not going to share what I'm going to share today anymore. Oh, look at the beautiful birds are out today. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Jennifer. Hello, Pam. How are you? Hello, Tony. Brenda, how are you? It's a biggie. I got a biggie for you guys. Good morning. Let's start off with the Star Spangled Banner. I mean, not the Star Spangled Banner, our Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. And then I'm going to fill you guys in on some stuff that I've been learning about over the last 2 weeks. And the reason why I've been kind of silent, okay? Let's just start with this real fast. You guys ready to rock? Here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Cool. All right. Let's get back here to me. Sorry. Camera 2, where are you? So let's see. As you guys know, last night, Mr. Doc Smith accepted my challenge. And what this man does not understand is that I'd already won without fighting him, without having to kick his ass in the ring. It's called the art of fighting without fighting. You guys ever heard of that? It's a really big saying from Bruce Lee. Hello, Kelly. How are you? It won't be too long, guys. I won't be too long today, believe me. Pam, how are you? So, over the last 2 weeks, I've been talking to some really important people. I was on the phone about 5 days ago with 2 retired generals. 2 retired military generals. The information that they gave to me was pretty shocking. And you know how sometimes you can feel things in your bones? You know, you get that gut feeling. And when I was a bodyguard for a lot of years, the first thing that they teach you is to follow your gut feelings. Always follow your gut. Because there's that chi, there's that feeling that you get that tells you something's wrong. You know what I mean? I want to go back to this guy, this Pete Santilli guy. that was out there covering the Malhar. That's how you pronounce it, Doc. Malhar. Um, Incident up in Oregon. And the incident with the Bundy Ranch, with the Bundys, a few years back. You guys know I was there, right? You guys do know that? I went there to cover what was going on. And while I was there, I saw guys that caught my attention. One of them was Pete Santilli. The guy that was running around with a press jacket, homemade press jacket on, basically. And fake bullshit press credentials. Yeah, that's right, because I own real credentials. I know what they look like. I know what's supposed to be on them. And that was one of the things that caught my attention. I was thinking, wow, why is he there with a press jacket on? All of a sudden, he now is press? What happened to all of his activist bullshit that he was doing, right? So, that kind of, I went, wow, something's wrong here, man. Why are all these people getting involved in that thing? I remember, and then I remember seeing, do you remember seeing the snipers and stuff on the bridge and that were aiming their guns at the BLM? Do you remember that? Who were those guys? They were up there with friggin' sniper rifles aiming down to the bridge down there in the gully in the river. In the Wada. In the Wadi, basically, is what we used to call them. Wadis. And those of you that know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean. And aiming sniper rifles at government officials. Who were those guys? You got to admit, now I need you guys to get a little bit involved here on this and voice a little bit of your opinions, okay? But see, the thing is that last night, or this morning, when I got up, I realized, Mark, if you don't start telling people what the hell I'm sorry about that. If I don't start telling people what I have found out over the last couple of weeks, a lot of people are going to be screwed. And I don't want to see good patriots, good American people being swindled and basically set up. Just friggin' basically set up, man. If you remember the Oregon deal, Pete Santilli is the guy that was out there egging on the FBI. Do you remember that? Do you remember how he was saying he would get up and get in his bullhorn and go to the FBI friggin' office there and call them out and antagonize them and tell everybody, let's all go to the FBI. Let's all rally up together and let's go harass the FBI. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Now what? Come on. What idiot goes and harass the FBI? Only two kind of people. Either one that's really stupid and is looking to be in jail for a long time, or one that maybe pulling everybody together to go and break the law together so that they can all get arrested. Where are the Bundys now? Where is every single one of the Bundys? All of the men? They're all in jail. Where's Pete Santilli? Let's just talk about the Malhar thing right now. Where's Pete Santilli? All charges dropped. Really? Interesting. So, these two generals that contacted me and a former senator that called me out of the blue, a good patriot man, that called me and said, Mark, you know, I've been watching your shows, and the things that you're saying caught my attention. So I did some research. This is what the senator told me. And I've done some research. And now I'm doing research on a lot of the men that are involved in this mother of all rallies. I also spoke with a man that was involved in the NSA. Now, why in the hell are generals, retired generals, senators, and former NSA / CIA guys calling me? I did my research. The two generals I already know. But the NSA guy, I was like, what the hell? What do you want with me, man? Former CIA? Senator, what the hell do you guys want with me? There's a lot of good patriots out there, guys. And there's a lot of men that work for the FBI and women that are great patriots. They don't want to see our country go down either. So before I spoke with these men and women that had been involved in these organizations as a career, I made sure I knew who I was talking to first. I said, look, unless I can verify who you are, to me, you're just another person from wherever calling me on the phone and giving me your opinion. So I did verify. I made them verify who they were. Once they did that, I went, okay, you're obviously contacting me for a reason. Have you contacted all of these men that are in charge of rallying these people up into Washington? And they went, nope. No, we don't need to talk to them. We want to talk to you. And I asked them, why me? Hey guys, I just got to be really honest with you here, all right? And they told me. They said, because you are the only one. You're the only one that is speaking the damn truth here. They already know about all these other guys. You guys, they're all under investigation. All of them. Every last one of them. Every person, including myself, I've been investigated too. They told me. Which I'm fine with it. Every one of these people that are out doing shows. Now notice Will Johnson, for an example, from Unite America First. What did he do to me? Took my YouTube channels down, huh? Remember that? What did Pete Santilli do to me? He took my Ustream channels down. 500,000 people. In just days is what watched me. What did the shill Mark Dice do to me? Took down my YouTube channels, right? Now, why did these guys all go and attack me? Why am I the only one that they're all attacking? It's because I'm not afraid to stand up and say the facts. And some of these guys may act like they're smart, but they're really not. They really aren't. you can actually kind of tell by watching them after a while. You can tell they're not very, some of them are not very intelligent at all. It's pretty sad. Because when you don't have any common sense and you don't have any intelligence and you get sucked up into this thing called fame, you can start thinking really weird. You can start thinking that you're making a difference. You can start thinking when people are feeding you with confidence and fake confidence at that, my friends. When somebody comes along that offers you a different kind of a lifestyle other than just, your regular normal daily grind of life, and they say, "Hey man, check it out. I can make you a household name." Like Doc said to me, that he can make me a household name. Well, it's kind of funny because the way that he's been talking about me lately is just doing nothing but spreading my name. And I do have to thank you for that, Doc, because publicity isn't cheap. As you can see, it costs a lot of money. Making fun of my career, that's okay. We're not all stupid, Doc. We all have Google. All of us have Google. All of us have YouTube. All of us can see how you have been bullshitting so many people. And you know what? Who you're bullshitting? You know who you guys are all bullshitting? Is people that want our country. They're starving so badly to get our country back that they'll just about listen to anybody and everybody. You guys are dividing our patriots. That's a fact, Jack. You guys are splitting up. I mean, look at what's happened to me and Doc, for an example. I just got at the studio and got on the computer and saw some stuff that Doc had been doing, because I really haven't been paying as much attention to him as he thinks that I have been doing. He also seems to think that I'm out talking about. Have you guys seen me talking about him much on my show? Have you guys even seen much of me in the last kind of 4 or 5 days even really addressing this thing? It's because some really big people informed me of some stuff that was going on and the investigations that are going on every single one of these Patriot shows. And they told me, including me, not a problem. Not a problem at all. I have talked to people that work for the Department of Defense in the last week. Like I said, senators, one senator. And now the Federal Bureau of Investigation is contacting people that I know and asking them to start supplying information about what's going on. They want their screenshots, they want their recordings, they want their email, stuff that's going on about this. Now, why is that? Do you guys know what right-wing extremists are? Just like we have left-wing extremists, well, there's right-wing extremists also. There's guys out there right now that are literally, purposely, their whole purpose in life is to divide the patriots. Now, what have you guys been seeing over the last few weeks? Division. Big time, huh? Now, Tommy from the Moore rally, the mother of all rallies, is bringing a lot of people together, you guys. If you notice, when they talk, they're inviting everybody. Everybody. Matter of fact, they've even gone to a motorcycle organization that are my brothers. A bunch of veteran guys that he'll never be able to reach because they're my brothers. Sworn in and an oath to each other. They're my brothers forever. They'll die for me. I would die for them. We have all sworn to protect each other's families, lives, livelihood, Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and all that stuff. So while some of these guys involved in the Mother of All rallies are trying to get everybody involved, it makes me go back to the same thing that Pete Santilli did too. Tried to get, remember he was on there, those of you that were watching for years ago, which he says I made thousands and thousands of dollars off of. I never made a dime off of him. Never made a dime off of that guy. His videos that I rebroadcasted for him that he asked me to do and then told me not to do weren't monetized. So how did I make thousands of dollars off this guy? Never happened to you guys. The former senator that I spoke with is very, very concerned about what he's seeing. And he is seeing the same thing that I've been seeing. That's why he called me and said, I've been watching your show, man. I'm thinking, oh my God, why are you guys all watching my show? Hell, can't you find better guys to go, go watch them, man? Like, I really need you guys in my life, Nope. No, the good guys are reaching out to me because they want me to relay a message to you guys. And it's taken me about 4 days to actually sit here and think about it and accumulate some things, and just sit back and watch for a little while. Not so much talking, more learning, more observing. And I've got my little, I spies, I like to call them. They're not keyboard warriors, they're keyboard investigators. But what do those guys call them? They call them keyboard warriors for a reason. Why are they calling people keyboard warriors? And saying, you're a keyboard warrior, you're not even out there on the front lines. Gosh, this sounds like Pete Santilli to me. How he begged people to get up there and get involved to go to jail with his ass. And then his charges are dropped, but everybody else is in jail. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding. Over the years, my friends, I've worked with some people that you guys have no friggin' idea. They're scary kind of guys. They really are. They're scary people. Because they just want to take just about everybody and anybody in their way down. They want to tear you down. They want to take you down. They want to divide us. They want to make us weaker. Every single incident that goes down makes the Patriot movement even more weaker, more divided. Guys, I know what's going on here. Does anybody really want to know the truth of what's going on here? In my opinion? I guess it could just be my opinion, right? Anybody? Well, here you go. This is why you should be sharing this right now. All of the shows, the reason why all of the shows that are covering and talking about and informing us and rallying us all together. The reason why all of those shows are all invited is because they're trying to silence the media. Remember? You guys have been seeing that attack, right? You've seen the battle, the CNN, you're fake news, you're this and this and that, and you're fake, and you're fake, and you're fake, you're a liar, you're a con man, you're this and you're that. You know, guys, guess what? Those guys that were sitting up on the bridge aiming their guns at the FBI, that's who we're messing with. That's who's involved in a lot of this stuff. Those kind of guys. A lot of these people that are involved in this thing are right-wing extremists. They're considered domestic terrorists. Read the Patriot Act, you guys. It was written, rewritten for a reason. Everybody and anybody that stands up for our country is now classified as a domestic terrorist. Which means that you could go to jail for your beliefs. Now, you guys do know, and those of you that don't know, there are over 850 FEMA camps in the United States of America. They're not used for, they haven't been used for emergencies. Katrina, for an example. Do you remember all those people that were rallied into that big arena? Remember that? And they blocked off the bridge and they told everybody, our American citizens from New Orleans, that if you come out of that building and you walk across that bridge, do you remember what they said would happen to them? They would be shot. Do you remember how they kicked in the doors of all those people in New Orleans? You remember that old lady, that little 90-year-old lady that was tackled in her kitchen and all that stuff because she wouldn't give up her little 38 special, and they took it from her? Do you remember that sergeant or whatever he was, or I don't know what he was, the police chief or something like that of New Orleans, and he says, no, we're going to be taking guns. No, nobody is going to be able to keep their guns. Do you remember that? Those FEMA camps were not used. How come they didn't put those people in those FEMA camps? You remember? That's what they're for. That's what they told us, that we were all putting our money into to build FEMA camps in case of emergencies. Well, can anybody show me that any one of these FEMA camps have been utilized for that purpose at all whatsoever? Ever? Show me one where an emergency went down and 100, 200, 1,000, 3,000 people that were in desperate need were sent to one of these FEMA facilities where they were fed and housed and taken care of and all that stuff. Can you show me one? No, you can't. Because if there was, I would have found it already. It's been on my mind for quite a while. What the hell is with these FEMA camps? My friends, I know that this is all very confusing to a lot of people. I know that there's a lot of people that don't have time to sit here and do the research every day, hours on end, and hours upon hours to do enough investigating and enough looking at things and enough evaluating and enough balancing things out to actually figure out what the hell's going on. It's hard as hell. It is a 22, 26 hour day plus job, man. And I've pulled them. Come on, guys. I know I'm not the smartest fig on the tree, but I do also know, and you also should know by now, I'm also not the dumbest one on the tree either. And I speak to you from my heart. I don't read off a teleprompter. I don't have an agenda. All I want to do is share my feelings with you folks. And because of that, I've been approached by, I don't even know how many people over the last week that are saying, Mark, wow, man, you know what? I don't know how you're getting your information, but it sure is making a lot of sense to us. And our gut feeling tells us also that you're right about some things. Some of them you're not. That's okay. I understand that. I can't be right about everything. I'm not Mr. Superhero. I'm not Mr. Revolution Leader. A lot of these guys have been approached by some pretty bad fellows. Let me share an example with you. Doc Smith. You ready for this? I actually like him. Can you believe that? I'm so pissed off at him right now, I want to whoop his ass. I actually like him. And no matter what he says about me, I'm more mature than he thinks. And I hope that I demonstrated that last night. I hope that I demonstrated last night that I actually like this guy. I had him sitting here. I know his heart condition that he was talking about is real, you guys. Because that's one of the first things he told me. Matter of fact, I had to call him on our first meeting and say, dude, you're running late. Are we on or what? And he said, I'm still sitting in the hospital, man. I'm still sitting here at the doctor's office. They're checking my heart out, blah, blah, blah. They got some really good, information for me, and I'm beating this thing that I've had, and they can't believe I'm alive, and I didn't call him a liar and a bullshit about it, but I saw why he was late to our meeting, like almost 2 hours late, because he got stuck in the doctor's office. I know he does have a heart condition. I know he's got some issues going on. I'm not going to fight a guy that can have a heart attack in there. But one thing, even when he left, I sat there and went, wow, I like this guy. His heart is in the right place. He's just fooled. He went from selling beef jerky to, with no attention at all other than his wife, his dog, his friends, you know what I mean? Normal, average American life. To having a whole bunch of people, not as many as he thinks is a lot of people, because 3,000 people watching you really isn't that much. 20,000 really isn't that much. You need millions and millions of people watching you to make any real impact on what's really happening. Millions. That's one of the reasons why I had 17 million people watching my shows that these particular guys took down, you guys. Do you understand that? Will Johnson is part of this mother of all rallies. He's putting it on. So I spoke to these two generals last week, and they contacted some people within the organization and said, you know what, you better stop this guy, this Doc guy, because not only is he doing damage to all of our movement of wanting to be free and keep our freedom, he's actually pissing us off, because he's affecting some of the things that we're doing also. That's what he told me and told these other guys. And I'm not going to mention any names, because for some reason somebody out there does not want me to say his name. So badly. So badly. He just says, please, just stop saying my name. I gave him my word that I wouldn't say his name any longer. Because I didn't need to. His minions that he's lined up that are all doing the dirty deeds for somebody are saying his name enough as it is. I don't need to say it anymore. So it was really easy for me to say, hey, you got my word. I don't need to say your name anymore. You guys are doing a good enough job at that yourselves. I don't need to try to kill off your goals and your agenda. You guys are doing pretty well at that yourselves already. With your division and the way that you're doing it. Now, I want you to know something, you guys. Every single program, this is what I was told by Tommy, which is the man that is promoting the mother of all rallies. Everybody's involved. We need everybody to show up. We need everybody that has a program that has their own following, their own people, their own branches, their own tentacles, their own, leaves on the tree that drop the seeds and grow more. We need all of you guys to all come together and be part of this. You're all welcome to be part of this. Except for one person. Just one person is not invited. Anybody got any idea who that is? Just one person. Everybody else is invited. Everybody else is invited to speak. Except for one person. The guy that will get up there and say, this is bullshit. And I know it. They don't want you guys listening to me. That's why Doc has put out this thing, hashtag block Mark Connors. He didn't say, he didn't just say, Mark's full of shit. Mark the con man. Blah, 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 blah. No. He didn't just say that. He said block Mark Connors. Which means that you wouldn't be listening to me any longer tell you the shit that I find out. Because these guys think they're all... Man, I'm telling you right now, folks. They're not. They're not. They are all receiving their not 15 minutes of fame. They're going to receive their month of fame, so to speak, if you call that famous. 3,000 people. It's funny, he makes fun of my videos. Dude, I'm not out there trying to rack up 17 million people anymore. I've got some other things going on in my life, like a music career that doesn't exist, supposedly. I got better things to do than sit here and listen to some jerk-off, idiot, fucking dumbass, hillbilly that thinks he knows his shit sit there and divide our country. Do you guys know, I have never once, before Doc attacked me, I've never done anything to Doc. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yet, somebody tried to put somebody on my bus that would have gotten everybody on that bus arrested. And my bus would have been gone. They would have confiscated, taken my bus. Not only because of who was on there, who was going to be on my bus, what they wanted to put on my bus was an absolutely no fucking way answer from me. No way. Because I had already found out who was getting on my bus. They didn't know that I had the abilities to find out who exactly was getting on my bus, and their real names, and where they're from, and their past, and their history. They didn't know that I had done that. But I did. And I have friends. I've got friends in high places. Not low places. Some of them too, but a few in high places. And they jumped up right away and said, Mark, don't do it. Don't put those men on your bus. You will get pulled over. And what will happen won't be good for you. Why did they try to set me up? Who on that bus is another Pete Santilli? Who was going to get on that bus that is another Pete Santilli? Who was going to get on that bus that where that person would have been arrested along with everybody else, and while everybody else was sitting in jail, those other people would never know for quite a while that somewhere along the way, somehow, one of them, the charges were dropped. And he walks out scot-free. I don't even need to mention any names, because these guys have literally been so stupid that they have actually exposed all of this information themselves. Again, it's called the art of fighting without fighting. I won that fight last night. I don't even have to step in the ring. I won. Do you know why? Do you know how? It's pretty simple. Watch. Every man shows his true blue colors, my friends. Just hang around them a little bit long enough. You could see, did you see the anger in Doc Smith's eyes last night? Yesterday while he was making that video, accepting my challenge of getting in the ring. Why do you think I made that challenge, you guys? Bodyguards don't fight with their fist. You know that? They don't have to. Most of them never ever have to ever raise their hand for their client. Oh, hardly ever. Because they use other tactics and techniques that actually make the enemy, the attackers, whatever, reveal themselves and show themselves. We call it prevention. We prevent things from happening to our client by using other tools and other avenues and other concepts and techniques so that we don't have to actually fight our attackers. Because once you get into that big fist fight, that's when it gets really hairy. That's when it gets out of control. So I purposely, because I saw an insecurity, I saw a weakness in Doc, I purposely called him out in front of all you guys. And then I egged him on with a nice little love tap at the bell, the Arby's that I was at. You didn't think that I knew that you trolls out there were going to go over and say, look, he's calling you out. Look, he's doing this. Look, he's doing that. You know, all I did, Doc, was basically, when I called you out, I just was simply asking you, hey, would you do me a favor, Doc? Would you please show your true blue colors to America? Do you play chess, Doc? I'm just curious. And what did he do yesterday, you guys? Finally. Remember I got on there and I went, finally. Finally, this guy is showing who he really is. He's an angry man. But if he could be manipulated so easily by me, I wonder what somebody else that's better at it than me is doing to him. I wonder what somebody else that's way better than me has done it to Will Johnson and all of these great patriots. Not Will Johnson. I don't believe in him at all either. You know, I believe more in Doc actually than this Will Johnson character. Huh. Excuse me. You guys, we're all being worked. We're all being set up. It's up to you to decide where you would like to be at the end of this big, long setup. Right now, people are going to be rallied, lots of people, all of the shows, all of the independent media that's been covering all of this stuff that we're all worried about, they are all being rallied together. It's kind of like, when you go out and, on the plains and it's time for the slaughterhouse. And you get out there and we used to do it on horseback. Now it's done with helicopters. And even sound and a bunch of other ways too. Water, just all kinds of ways, techniques of rounding people up. Starvation, thirst, emotions, psychology, but most of all, emotions. And I saw that weakness in Doc. I saw that he can be manipulated really, really easy. Now he's shown his real, true personality. Watch his show that he did yesterday, where he is so stupid that with his heart condition, which I do know is true, would step into the ring to fight me. Watch how cocky he is. Watch how, watch that show, and then go back and watch his show from, let's say, a month ago. And see the difference in this man. See how he's been worked up. Somebody's behind him, saying, go, get angry, get mad, go get it, fight, divide, fight, call them out, call them names, do whatever it is. Make up this thing of, well, you're either a patriot or you could be patriotic or you could be a patriot. That's called the friggin' guilt trip, you guys. That's part of the psychology. It's part of psychological warfare, is to make people feel like that's why they use the word keyboard warrior so much. You notice that's a big deal? You notice they're saying you can either be patriot or patriotic? It's a big deal now. They work on your emotions. They make you feel bad that you can't get out of your wheelchair and go fight some battle that's going to get everybody friggin' arrested. Because all of those guys that were on top of that bridge at the Bundy Ranch with their guns aiming at the BLM, they're all in prison. They've all been picked up. They're all in jail. They're going to be there for a long-ass time, too, because they're considered domestic terrorists. Not right-wing extremists, domestic terrorists. That's where I tell you, go read the Patriot Act and you can tell and how they're going to handle domestic terrorists. Hey, Doc, I want to say something to you, man. To all of you people out there that have had shows over the last 2 years or so, but especially the ones that have just come out in the last 6 months. Pay attention to the ones that have come out in the last 6 months, you guys. Because those guys are the ones that have been picked and chosen for this new chore. And that is to break up the independent media. They are the Trojan horse within the independent media that is designed, very carefully calculated, to destroy us from within. And look how good they're doing. They're doing awesome, huh? They're doing an awesome job. Now, people are saying to me, Mark, just drop it. Oh, you wish I would, because I see the people that are telling me to drop it. It's not people that want to know the truth that are telling me to drop it. It's people that don't want me telling the truth. Is continuously telling me, get over it, dude. Move on, man. Drop it, man. Just leave it alone. Move. No. That's what they do, remember? Something happens one day. You see it, you go, oh my God, this is big time. But then the next day, something else happens, and you're going, oh my God, that's big news. And then the next day, oh my God, what happened? That's big news. And then you forget about what the hell happened 3 days ago. Remember? That is one of the techniques that's used to deter us all from focusing on the truth. That's why I won't let certain things go. That's why I won't just say in one video in one day and go, oh, well, this is happening and this is happening and that's happening. And then everybody goes, holy shit, man, he's right. That is happening. And then the next day I move on to something new and different. No. No. I'm not going to let people just forget that you took my YouTube channels down, Will Johnson. The guy that's involved, one of the guys that's heavily involved in this mother of all rallies. I'm not going to let people forget that. Are you kidding? It's a really important move on the chessboard that you made. You are trying to eliminate the guy that tells the truth. Period. Now they got Doc trying to do it. As you can see, brother, it's not going to work. This is one of the reasons why I didn't, or I declined my own invitation to meet you in the ring, a legal ring where nobody can get arrested for assault with a deadly weapon. Sorry. My friends, we're all being played. We're all being set up, you guys. Former senator agrees with me. A man that was in the CIA years ago agrees with me. 2 retired generals agree with me. Another man from the NSA agrees with me. And somebody within the Moore organization itself agrees with me. Somebody very high up into making this thing happen. I was on the phone with for 4 hours because of his concerns of what they're seeing and hearing and watching, and that man's not a dumbass. He's a smart man. And he sees the same shit I'm seeing. So while you guys are all out saying block Mark Connors, that's because we are in a psychological war. And Doc, I've been doing this a way longer than you have, buddy. You're actually an amateur. You're a beginner. And I'm sorry, brother, that you have been so sucked up into this thing. I know that you want to sell your beef jerky. Watch this. Hey guys, you know what? I had the best beef jerky a couple weeks ago than I'd ever had before in my life. It was freaking awesome. Awesome. It's Doc's Beef Jerky. There you go, buddy. See, we'll all help you sell your beef jerky. You don't need to be doing what you're doing to sell your beef jerky. Maybe you need to be hanging out with some different guys. Maybe you should stop being a pawn on the chessboard
for something that you believe in is good. Would I sit here and tell you folks this bullshit lie? Honestly? Do you think I'd sit here and tell you that you're all being set up? For what reason? What do I have to gain from that at all? Can you tell me? Do I have anything to gain from this? Nope. Nope, I sure don't. Matter of fact, it just makes it even more harder for me to be part of a group of great people. Oh well. I have to do what I think is right. I have to do what my heart tells me to do, what my God tells me to do, what my chi tells me to do, what my soul tells me to do, what my gut instinct tells me to do, and that is to stay as far away from you people as possible. I have heard people on the phone crying, screaming, yelling, debating, calling the police on each other. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sick. So, my friends, do me a favor. No matter how much these my fellow Americans are going to be angry with me for seeing this video, share it. Just like last night, no matter how many people are going to stand there and call me a little wussy because I didn't get in the ring with Doc and fight some guy with a heart condition. Come on. Share it. Call me anything you want to share. Just call me anything you want to call me. Pussy, wussy, wimp, fraud, con man. I could put a stop to all the stuff that Doc is saying about my career with one phone call. All I have to do is ask one person from Nashville, Tennessee, which is watching this show all the time. Because he's sitting here going, oh my God, how could people be so damn stupid and ignorant? Can't they tell what the hell? I mean, my name, this person, not me, this person's name is involved in my career, and he's one of the most powerful men in the music business. Hey, Doc. You don't have to worry about me messing with your family, bro. Matter of fact, I wouldn't mess with your family. If anything, I would protect them. That's a promise. That's who I really am. I wouldn't let anybody harm your wife, brother. And you want to know something? I'll bet you wouldn't let anybody harm mine either. The way that I've been playing you is the way that you've been played by other people. And the way that other people are being played by you is the way that all these people that want to end our movement, they're playing all of us. All of the media, guys. I'm telling you right now, listen up. If you want to continue on your show, and you want to continue spreading the word of freedom, and you want to continue reaching the hearts and the souls and the minds of the people, you better pay attention to what the hell's going on. You're all being rallied up. You're all being corralled into a corral, and then the next move is the slaughterhouse. They're called FEMA camps. Wake up, people, wake up. And if you can't do your homework if you don't have the time to do your homework, if because of jobs and families and stuff, I understand, then trust your gut feeling. Just look at history. Look at the consistency of what's been going on over the last 6-7 months of them just simply just trying to wipe out independent news. The truth. You guys have seen it, right? Come on, tell me you've seen it. You have seen the effort. Well, what better way to do it than to rally us all up together, which they're not going to do to me, because I'm not going to have any part of it. I'm not going to have any part of it, you guys. I've been invited by the promoter, Tommy, of the Mother of All Rallies, to come and stand right beside him. Matter of fact, one of my worst enemies right now in my life has invited me to come stand right beside him at the Mother of All Rallies. Says that I'll be protected from anybody that wants to mess with me. Says that I have his word. His word that I don't have to worry about something happening to me. I'm just one guy, Bullshit, dude. You know how they say keep your enemies close? That's how close you guys want to keep me. So you can shut me up every which way but loose. And I'm not going to shut up. My fellow Americans are on the line. My country's on the line. Can't do it. Just like I can't get in there and fight some guy that has a friggin' heart condition. Can't do it. No matter how angry I am at him. This is me. This is the real me. I hope you can see into my eyes, my friends. Look really closely. I hope you can see in my eyes and see the sincerity and the truth. I love every single one of you guys. I don't want to see us all go down. Please, wake up and be smart. God bless you guys. Good luck.